This video I'm just going to give you an update of where I'm currently at with my training. I didn't really want to do this video because I'm like, who the hell cares what I'm doing? But before I go into some detail about where I'm at, let's just go through this push session I did the other day. I don't know if you can remember one of my old videos when I had this hammer incline strength chest press in. Last year, I was doing 3.5 plates for my top set. Now I'm up to 4 plates, as you can see here. So I'd like to think I've built a little bit more muscle. And then the back off set after this, I then did 3 plates for a set of 16. As you'll see, I'm moving through this set quite a bit quicker, and personally, you know, for the most part of all my sets, I'll always go through a really slow eccentric, pausing quite often on some movements. But you know what, with a back off set above like 15 reps, I just move through the set a bit quicker, just because I feel like when I'm going through things too slow with a lighter load, I almost feel like it takes away from the intensity of the set. I know that might sound weird, and obviously you can make the set harder with a lighter load, but that just feels good for me. I get a good internal feel. My chest is actually definitely my strongest and biggest muscle group, so I'm going to continue doing what is working. But as you can see here on another press later on in the session, you can see this is more, you know, less about the load, more kind of, you know, time under tension stuff. But don't get me wrong, I'm still moving quite a bit of load there. Yeah, I do use a variety of rep ranges, a variety of tempos. This is kind of how I'm looking at the moment. So 80.5 kilos, I believe, on that day. And as you can see, I'm definitely softer than you're probably used to seeing me. And as you can see there, that's where I hold all my body fat, that lower back hip area. Everywhere else isn't too bad, but you know, I feel like I could get an extra kilo or so out of this push up. So I've been holding here for a little while now, shoveling a lot of food down, north of just over 4,000 calories, which is quite a lot of food when you've been doing it for, you know, a long time now. Training's in a decent spot, the strongest I've ever been with the movements I'm able to do anyway. I've got another physio that I'm seeing tomorrow about, you know, my neck issue, my scapula. Essentially, I really don't know what the root cause of all the problems is. Obviously, I know I've got a prolapsed disc in my neck, which obviously isn't helping things, but I have my own ideas. But obviously I'll find out more tomorrow because this guy's meant to be quite good. So fingers crossed we get somewhere with that. With my legs, I don't know if I've actually spoke about this on the channel. I think I have actually. So when I was really young, when I was playing football, I messed my knee up. Then I had surgery like 10 years later on my knee. And since then, it's never been quite the same, or nowhere near the same. So I've been progressing my legs for a while, got really strong, like with a Cybex hack, relative to me anyway. And then, I don't know, like the last 2 months or so, my knee's just like not having it. So I've had to take the hack squat out, kind of do some pre-exhaustion work for the quads before my compound, which is now a leg press, which I don't find that exciting, but there you go. And yeah, just to kind of get stimulus without smashing my knee up even more. So they're the kind of main things I'm working around. So quite a lot, to be honest, can't press properly. My knee is a bit of a nightmare, but regardless of what's going on, I know I sound like I'm absolutely crippled, but things are okay. Plan for me now is to push for this next month. I'm hoping I can touch 81 kilos, maybe a little bit heavier. And then I'm going to go into a fat loss phase because I will be witnessing my friend getting married and I'll need to fit in a suit. So that diet will be literally a mini cut for about 5 weeks. I'll aim to probably pull about 5 or 6 kilos off, pretty aggressive. And then I'll go back into a gaining phase for, you know, quite a while and then do a fat loss phase next year. But yeah, just speaking about the duration of this gaining phase I've been in, I've literally been pushing my body weight up now for over like 18 months with no dieting in between. I know some people kind of map out their bulking and cutting phases, especially when they're competing, which I understand, but you know, for me, if you're just trying to improve body composition, I don't really think, for me, I don't think it's good to say bulk for 26 weeks, then diet for 8 weeks or whatever. I just kind of think I'd rather push up for as long as I can. If I start feeling a little bit soft, hold for a bit. Once I feel like I'm in a position to push up again, I will do. And that way I'm spending the majority of my time in the best possible position to gain muscle. But to be honest, I think, say you've done a bulking phase for 20 weeks and at the end of that phase you feel like you need to do a diet. To me, it's like you've either got fat too quick or initially you was in a position where you probably shouldn't have been bulking, because in 20 weeks, if you're doing it at a nice, slow, steady rate, you shouldn't be getting that fat. I'm not saying it can't work by doing aggressive shorter bulks and then mini cuts. I don't know. For me, I'd rather not do that. So in terms of how I've adjusted my training throughout this gaining phase, like not a lot has changed. I found that as I've got heavier, as my food gets higher, obviously I can recover from a bit more. I've added in the odd set here and there, and I don't mean like adding sets to, you know, hack squats and deadlifts and things like that, because, you know, a couple of sets on them movements, you know, puts me in the bin anyway. It's more kind of like adding the odd, you know, isolation work sets, for example, an extra set on a chest fly, a bit more work for my side delts, a bit more work for my arms. The odd press here and there, I'll add an extra set if I feel like I can recover from it. But to be honest, for the most part, like, my increase in volume just comes from progressing my sets through either load or reps. With my food, I kind of pushed it up incrementally for a little while. I was gaining at 4,000 calories for a long time, and now body weight pretty much stalled for the last couple of months. And yeah, food's gone up again, just because I think in the summer as well, you know, when you're out doing things, enjoying the weather, you're moving a bit more, you're burning through the calories. So maybe the calorie intake just needs to be higher for me because I'm a bit more active now. If I've not posted in the last week or something, give me a kick up the arse and message me on Instagram. If you don't follow me, it's up there. And also, if any of you people need any help with your training or anything, I've got a free upper lower training program linked in the description, a free fat loss guide if you're trying to lose a bit of fat, a few different things linked down there, some free resources. So feel free to help yourself. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Please drop it a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and yeah, see you later.